Hey Saber fans, this is Adam from Blue First Sabers. Welcome back. So there's another redesign I did. This is He-Man Masters of the Universe Saber. Now I originally did this design about 2 years ago. I did it with a She-Ra Saber as well. And the original design was amazing, but being such a huge fan of the cartoon series from the 80s, I wanted to go back and redesign it and really make it even cooler than the original one was. I remember watching the cartoon on mornings before school, and then on Saturday mornings they would play it sometimes as well. And I was just a huge fan of the cartoon, and still to this day I still like it. So if you remember the Saturday morning cartoons, that was always a big thing with me as a kid. I'm sure some people out there remember that as well. But He-Man was, I had all the toys and stuff, so I really wanted to go back and take that original design and rework it to make it even more unique than it was. If you haven't seen the Zelda Saber I just redesigned, I posted that a couple days ago. Check that one out because that one came out pretty awesome as well. If you're not familiar with my Saber designs, they're all designed by me. So you get a one-off Saber, something truly unique that nobody else has. It's 3D printed, hand painted, with all the details that you can see, and then it's all wrapped around a 1-inch steel core. So real fast before we get into the overall design, inside the Saber is a Crystal Focus 10 soundboard, so you get the cool smooth swing, whole bunch of sound fonts, backtrack, music files, really kind of takes you into the movie. You can play the backtracks over top of the sound fonts. I did a custom He-Man sound font, and I mixed it with some smooth swing sound, so now it's a smooth swing type sound font. It's all housed in a custom 3D printed chassis that I make, 24mm bass speaker, 18650 rechargeable battery, which is removable, and they also have access to the SD card if you wanted to add even more fonts. But I have about 21 fonts, I think, preloaded on this one right now. As you can see, there's a dual switch recharge port, so you really don't even have to pull the battery out or anything. You just plug it into a 2.1mm recharge port and then charge it up. In a couple hours, you're back up and running again. And then a custom gold kill key. So let's go over the design of the Saber. So starting at the emitter here. So everything's painted in a silver, a couple layers of silver, black, and then it's weathered with this black to kind of get in here all the grooves. There's some gold here, and then there's a dry brush that goes over top and brings out all these edges too. It's like a bronze dry brush. A little hard to pick up in the video, but it's on all these edges and stuff like that. So if you're familiar with the He-Man sword, this is the design of it. I wanted to incorporate that in there. Also jets up over top. So when the blade's inserted, you can kind of see the steel here. You'll get this cool shine through. Also gets, as you can see here in the little groove here of the sword, you'll get a shine through there. And then of course where the blades come up too. So it wraps all the way around. There's the blade retention screw. You get about a 2-inch depth of blade into the Saber. Full RGB, so you get all the colors too. A little bit of separation. I always like to leave a little bit of steel showing. Down to the switch area. So this is kind of mimics the He-Man's like his wrist buckles or the belt that he wears. Just a little more design here in the back. Color scheme that kind of matches his, the red with the gold. And a bit of a silver. You have your gold dual tactile switch. Of course, you have to have the cross on there. And then there's a great dark leather. It matches his outfit too. This is genuine leather. Super soft, really nice. Down to the pommel. That's his shield. So I incorporated that. This really came out awesome. Super happy the way this whole design came out here. And if you're familiar with his shield at all, it has the red in the inside, and then it has all this bronze I dry brushed all around, so it brings out all these little bumps to or jets out on his shield. You get all these different kind of grooves here on the pommel. There's a retention screw underneath the pommel too that locks the chassis in place, so you get no slide of the chassis whatsoever. And if you have to remove that, the chassis, you just unlock that screw a little bit, back it out, and then you have full access to the chassis. But it's all locked in place there, so you can swing it around and you're good to go without it sliding. So let's pull out the kill key so you can hear a couple sound fonts. Of course, you got to have that first sound font set up for He-Man. Push the main button.
By the power of Grayskull.
So you can see here, you get that cool shine through on the blade. Blaster blocks. Lockup. Cool clash sounds of his sword. Like I said, it's smooth swing. Switch colors, you just press down both buttons. Goes into spectral mode, and you can rotate through the colors.
Let the power return.
Also at backtrack 2, double press the button. So that is the music from the cartoon, if you're familiar with that. Love the music from that cartoon. Well, there we go. So double press will stop the music. I tried to hit it that time and didn't hit it fast enough, so it started the saber again. But so to get to the next font, just hold down the auxiliary button.
Sound bank selection.
You'll hear your font sounds. The Vader-esque font here.
Rise.
Hold the main button to lock it in. Another smooth swing font. And just like the other one, you get all your blaster and lockup. Backtrack. Super loud with this bass speaker, as you can hear. So that is the He-Man Saber. Like I said, you have about 20 or 21 fonts preloaded on here already. So you can go through all those different fonts, and there's light side, dark side, a couple of cool ones on there I made. And so that is the He-Man Saber. Like I said, really love the way this came out. Super fan of the cartoon series, and I think this saber just came out absolutely amazing. So like always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Always like to hear from you guys. And as always, check back, because I have a couple more sabers coming out. And I'll be accepting custom commissions very soon. A couple ideas I wanted to finish, and some other designs I wanted to finish as well. But I'll be posting out on my Facebook page when the custom commissions will be coming back up again. So, as always, take care and God bless.